Harry Mourtos is a CISA IT specialist who previously worked for the National Cybersecurity Assessments and Technical Services team and is now the project lead for the President's Cup cybersecurity competition. His associate, Matt Kaar, is a team lead and cyber exercise developer at Carnegie Mellon's Software Engineering Institute. Matt, Harry, thank you for joining us today.
Hey, thanks, Austin. Thanks for having us.
Thanks a lot.
So to open the discussion, last year you created a unique virtual escape room for the team event. Can you tell us about this year's escape room?
Absolutely. So last year was the first year of the competition. Of course, we put together a novel challenge type using a fully 3D virtualized environment that we dubbed the escape room. This year, we've made some tweaks to the format and how we're delivering it. We're really excited about it. This year, it's more of a save the world scenario than an escape room. And we have Matt here who can tell us a little bit more about the scenario and what that looks like this year.
Sure, thanks, Harry. So a storm this year has taken over a U.S. city, and your team of 5 has been called in to remediate and bring critical infrastructure back online. You'll be using some remote activated robots that you'll be navigating around different scenarios, accessing computers, and ultimately earning points through bringing those systems back online and hopefully winning the competition as a result.
Wow, so this doesn't sound like a virtual escape room this year. Can you give us an overview of the competition?
Yeah, certainly. So in 2019, Executive Order 13870 was signed, creating the President's Cup cybersecurity competition, giving a list of functional areas in cybersecurity that we're looking to test and evaluate to identify, challenge, and reward the best cyber talent in the federal government. Now, in order to do that, we use a virtualized platform to allow participation for anybody with a .gov or .mil email address from anywhere in the world, be able to log in and participate in the competition. The competition is open to federal employees and uniformed service members of the federal executive branch and Department of Defense. This year, we saw over 14 unique competitors across all 3 of our tracks. We have a team competition capped at teams of 5 individuals. And then this year we split the individual track into 2 separate competitions, one focusing on forensics and incident response, and the other focusing on exploitation analysis and vulnerability assessment analysis. We had over 600 individuals participate in each track solo. We had 249 teams, I believe, participate as a whole. From those large numbers, we boiled it down in round 2. We put them through a series of challenges, and the top 20% of teams were invited to participate in our second qualifying round, also held completely remotely in the same format that we used for round 1. And we had the top 100 individuals, and everyone tied for 100th place was invited to move on to round 2 on the individual side. The challenges for the individuals are focused in those functional areas, sometimes incorporating some software development tasks and other related activities to those 2 skill areas for each track. The team competition, though, is really all-encompassing. We identified 8 nice work roles for the team competition. We're really looking to identify the best well-rounded team to bring to the competition. Matt, did I miss anything there?
I don't think so. I know we did want to talk about some of the changes that we made. You touched on some of those, but I'd also like to add that this year we implemented partial credit challenges, which was a big feedback item from last year's competition. And that allowed both teams and individuals to earn partial points or sets of points on challenges that instead of just investing a lot of time in a challenge and then coming away with 0, we saw that a lot of individuals and teams took advantage of that. And then another area where we made a change last year from last year's competition is to implement open source challenges. So, or open source last year's challenges, I should say. And we did that in a couple of ways. We put them out on GitHub, the ones that we could fully open source code-wise. And we also added a practice area for last year's challenges for .gov and .mil personnel to go in and try the challenges there and get a sense of what those challenges look like. And then I guess a third thing we did is publish solve videos out on YouTube for many of the challenges that we did last year. So anybody who's interested in getting involved with the competition has got a wealth of information to go and check out ahead of the competition.
Wow, so it sounds like you've made quite a bit of improvements. I mean, last year's was already a massive undertaking, and this year you've added even more. So how is this different from regular capture the flag competitions?
So it's different in a few ways. Ultimately, number one, the audience that we're reaching is different, and the limitations of hardware and software in certain cases. We wanted to make this competition as open as possible. So by providing the competition in a virtual manner, using virtual machines for all of the challenges, there's no hardware or software limitations. Our competitors don't have to download anything or run any hardware or software on their native machines. This allows us to really broaden our reach, make sure that we're truly identifying the best and brightest in the federal workforce, regardless of where they may be found. Outside of that, the escape room is a really unique concept. The Save the World scenario this year. We really wanted to try and identify a way to challenge the teams, in addition to their cybersecurity knowledge, their ability to work together and solve complex cyber problems. So we are really excited to see how they take on what we put together this year.
So speaking about the government's best and brightest, how many people actually tried the first challenge versus the amount of people who actually made it into the finals?
So we had just over 1,400 unique competitors across all three tracks. We had 249 teams participate. We had over 600 people in each track. We did we invited the top 100 individuals to compete in round 2 and the top 20% of teams that participated. And now we're left with the top 5 teams, each with 5 people, and the top 10 individuals in track A, the top 10 individuals in track B.
So this is pretty cool. What skills are you actually testing here, and what does an ideal team mix look like?
So we put a bunch of information out about the nice cybersecurity workforce work roles that we were targeting, and we built our challenges around those work roles, looking at some of the tasks and day-to-day things that people in the federal government are doing in that space, and built our challenges around those. We really wanted to do everything that we can to make it applicable and make it challenging at the same time. For the team competition, it's a little bit different because we are looking for a well-rounded team. So it's beneficial for the teams to sort of bring in people with different expertise and different knowledge sets to really bring those different perspectives and maybe take on some of those challenges that are a little bit more diverse.
Yeah, and I'd just like to add that we did look at the work roles heavily as we were crafting this year's challenges up in and to include the finals. So the teams that are doing the best in the competition we've found are ones that have some breadth to their skills. Now, that being said, we have seen a lot of overlap between individuals who competed in track A and individuals who competed in track B, which involved different work roles, different functional areas. But we do just have a lot of top performing cyber professionals in the US government, and it's interesting to see that play out in this competition.
Yeah, I remember last year there was a few people that were surprised at the actual challenges, and they said, next year I'm going to bring this to the team and I'm going to make sure I have these skills. So it is pretty cool that you all have put together something that really makes people stretch. So in closing, do you have anything to say directly to the competitors?
Well, thanks, Austin. Yeah, I just want to say it's been an honor to create the challenges for this competition on behalf of a large team at the Software Engineering Institute. We're very happy to help be a part of the President's Cup. And to the finalists who have made it this far, earlier this month, we watched the Super Bowl. And, we like to think of this as a growing competition in its own right to target the best and brightest for the federal government cyber community. And it's almost like a federal cyber Super Bowl of sorts. So best of luck to you all in the finals. And we really look forward to how you perform in the challenges ahead.
Thanks for that, Matt. Harry, how about yourself? Do you have anything to add to the competitors?
Yeah, first and foremost, just a big thanks for their participation and support in putting this competition on year after year. We're really proud of what we put together, and we're extremely grateful for the competitors for showing up every year and taking on our challenges. And of course, the folks who made it to the final round have demonstrated a caliber of excellence in cybersecurity that is really tremendous, and we're excited to recognize that and showcase that on the live stream. And just a best of luck to everybody who's participating, and we're excited to see what you can do.
Matt, Harry, thank you for making the time to speak with us today. We're excited to share this competition with all of you, and here is a clip about the upcoming scenario.